In the year 2003, I started the journey starting from Beijing, then took a detour to the central part of China, Xi'an, then turned south, so all the way to the southeast parts of Vietnam, Saigon. I took the high-speed train, and it took me about 5 to 6 hours from Beijing to Xi'an, or it covers a distance which is about 1,300 kilometers. The cost is about almost 600 yuan, but usually below 600. Xi'an, the three things that you must see: one is the ancient wall, the city wall, which is pretty old and famous. Another thing is, of course, the warrior terracotta, right, which is one of the greatest wonder of the world. And besides that, it's like street food. Xi'an is pretty famous for its Muslim food, and also for a lot of also other snacks like 肉夹馍, Chinese version hamburger, and also 凉皮, the cold noodles or cold skin noodles, which are pretty famous, and so also other versions of noodles. Then I moved to Chengdu. Chengdu is a modern city, probably the largest city in the southwest part of China. And here there is a very famous plaza and a square. A lot of tourists and pay a visit to here. And it is very modern and reminds me of the most famous New York Square. And of course, Chengdu is also famous for spicy food. But another thing is, it is well known for its connection with the giant panda. It is referred to as the home of the giant panda, the Chinese treasure. But the time was key. Timing was key because when I visited, the weather was extremely hot, which means most of the pandas were seeking refuge indoors away from the heat. So I could only observe them from the glasses, and it is not very good, not very clear. So it's better to go there when the temperature was much cooler, or visit them in the early morning. In Sichuan, I met some people and joined them in their car heading towards Tibet. Sichuan is home to many Tibetan autonomous areas rich in the unique culture of the Tibetan community. During this journey, I witnessed some of the most spectacular landscapes along the way. And in the middle of the valley, I encountered a distinctive Tibetan architecture with mountains in the distance, and also a lot of hot springs. Tibetan is famous for its numerous hot springs. You can see it everywhere. And this is a hot spring swimming pool. And also, the lakes is very beautiful, especially under the clear blue sky. The mountains, also the meadows, it's just incredibly beautiful. But you can only see it in summer. During winter, this area becomes blanketed with heavy snow, and the grass withers. As a result, the peak reason for tourism here is relatively short. Then I hitchhiked to Daocheng, heading south. Fortunately, I met a couple from Chengdu who were also going to Daocheng. We had a very delightful journey, encountering many diverse and pristine landscapes. At one point, we even saw falling snowflakes, and along the way, there were many cows grazing freely by the roadside. So you have to be extra careful, just in case. I arrived at a place called the Shangri-La town, which is quite small. It takes about 20 minutes to explore the entire town. There, I tasted the local chicken, and then the next day, I continued my journey by trekking. I began trekking to truly experience the beautiful landscapes of the Tibetan region, encountering diverse scenes, and also a young Tibetan girl. Later, I hitchhiked a ride with a Tibetan man to Shangri-La city. We had a warm conversation during the journey, and when we finally reached the Shangri-La city, it was kind of late, but it was a beautiful place filled with ancient Tibetan architecture, because it was once a culture center for the Tibetan community. After spending a night there, I proceeded to Lijiang, a famous ancient town. Then I traveled to Dali, a well-known summer retreat. From there, I took a vehicle to Nanning, bypassing Kunming without stopping. leaving Nanning across the border into Hanoi, the capital city of Vietnam. In Hanoi, I was fortunate to witness vibrant street performance during a weekend. Vietnam offers a rich nightlife and delicious cuisine with beautifully diverse architecture, including classic French buildings as well. Afterward, we flew to a central Vietnam city called Nha Trang, where we found the beaches there exceptionally clean and beautiful. The nightlife is also very vibrant with many Chinese tourists. The final stop was Ho Chi Minh City, also known as Saigon. It strikes me as a very modern and youthful city. Its nightlife is famously vibrant. We visited a central square where many people gathered. There were numerous young people singing, dancing, and performing, which was very, very impressive. Because in China, you can only see that in some smaller cities and not really in like a metropolis like Beijing or Shanghai.